Lords, I want to rise very briefly to support my noble friend Lord Razzle's amendment signed by me as well. My Lords, on these benches we're very pleased to see that the House is generally much more sympathetic to amendments of this nature. Obviously they've been redrafted to be less exclusive in terms of ousting the courts. But as the noble, as the Minister himself in his letter to us said, there will be occasions where the notification system is not appropriate, and it is important that we allow rights holders some flexibility rather than tie the hands of the entire creative industries due to the possible poor conduct of some isolated parties. Now, my Lords, we took that very much on board in formulating these amendments. Clearly, we are very strong supporters of the system of graduated response, which now I think is being is considerably improved, as the noble Lord Lucas said, as a result of amendments to this bill. But in the meantime, we learn of new entrants to the Hall of Infamy, such as Tilly Bailey Irvine, who are the second law firm that I don't think anybody's mentioned, in addition to ACS Law. And we also know more about the firm which is responsible for the investigations, Logistep. As my noble friend mentioned, essentially, the activities of these two law firms and Logistep are an embarrassment to the rest of the creative rights industry. We've seen some of the letters, more letters, in the meantime, since committee stage, which demonstrate the methods being used by these law firms, which are essentially of a threatening nature. Some 6 pages or so as a first letter is grossly disproportionate, my Lords. And I'm delighted, and I can quote for the noble Lord Putnam the paragraph that the Solicitors Regulation Authority have sent both to me and to the Minister in more or less identical terms. We appreciate the impact that receiving letters from ACS Law is having on individuals and the need to bring this matter to a conclusion as soon as we are able. However, we have to undertake a thorough investigation to ensure the right outcome in the public interest, and they've assured several noble Lords that they will keep us informed of progress. My Lords, could I just with respect mention to the noble Lord Gordon that I think that the amendment that he talks about, Amendment 100 later on, is on a wholly separate issue of appeals against technical measures and doesn't actually cover the matter in hand, my Lords. So, my Lords, we're pleased that the SRA has said that they're going to deal with this with dispatch, but we do feel that something of the order of noble Lord Lucas's amendments, or the ones that are tabled in the name of my noble friend and myself, my Lords, are necessary to remedy what is a considerable problem for many, many people up and down the country, and will remain so unless we make sure that the code almost invariably applies in the first instance.